Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 17th day of April, 2013. Let's go over the trades from this morning's live trading room. Well, the results. We'll start out with the results. I had 6 trades. I ended with plus 21 ticks on the Russell. It took us 10 minutes and 1 trade to make our 2 points this morning. And it was all on the Russell. I traded a lot of Russell this morning compared to everything else. I didn't trade anything but the Russell and soybeans. And I only had 1 break-even trade on soybeans. So here are the results for the month. You see there's a little bit of a gap here between the 12th and the 17th because I didn't trade Monday and Tuesday this week. But today we traded, we got back on the saddle, and we took 21 ticks in the Russell. A total of 5 trades today. To get our 2 points, it took 10 minutes. This is the number of minutes to get 2 points, the number of trades to get 2 points, the value at 2 points, and the total number of trades. So far in the month, we are now at a gross of plus $3,215 a contract, 121 trades to get there. If you assume $8 commission round turn, which is high, but if you assume that per trade, we are plus $2,247 a contract on the month of April. Okay, this one day right here was a break-even day. We didn't get our 2 points on that day. We had a break-even day. The rest of the days we got our 2 points and we ended positive. Okay. If you go back, all the green in here on this spreadsheet, those are up days. Those are positive days. Back here in February, the 27th was our prior break-even day. And look at that big red day right there. That's a down day. February 7th, we lost $80 a contract on February 7th. And that's it. That's our year so far. All right. Let's bring this over here and we'll get into the actual trading. All right. Sure, John. No problem. All right. Jason, I sent you a message. You know what? There was something that happened, guys. I don't know what happened, but for all of you guys who were partners or who were on the free trial, when I started up my my platform this morning, it reverted to a prior version for some reason, a prior version of the CFRN installation, and just a prior version of the CFRN installation. I don't know why. So what I had to do is I right-clicked and I went to Indicators, Indicator Store, and out here in the Indicator Store there's our CFRN indicator set. Just right-click on it and do Install. Install it again, log off, log back on, and it should take care of your problem. Okay. I had, John, you had a problem this morning, and I know there were a couple other guys that had emailed. But that's what I had to do, because this morning when I came in here into Indicators and CFRN, my Slingshot wasn't showing up. That meant that it was a prior version, because the latest version has Slingshot and CFRN inside the CFRN section. For those of you guys who were in the live trading room this morning, you saw me keep going to the imported section to find my Slingshot in there. And that was because that's where I had it in the prior version. Okay? Just so you know. I know we had gotten a few emails and Leslie's been getting a few calls. So I just wanted to take care of that right away for you. Alright. As far as trades go, I really only have to show you the Russell. But I'll go over the other markets, but mainly the Russell is what we're going to focus on. Okay, gold was nuts today. Nuts. In the break, I took 2 trades in the break. I got 1 little trade on gold. Or I'm sorry, that wasn't gold. That was crude oil. I didn't take anything on gold. I took 1 little trade on crude. I'm not counting this toward the total, but I got 6 ticks profit on it. I took another one on the Russell for a couple of ticks. That brought us up to 23 ticks profit. But I'm not counting that. The only thing that I'm counting in the total today is the 21 ticks that we got in the live trading room. Gold was pretty spastic today, and I've been hearing a lot about it being spastic. Just a little crazy while I was gone. You may notice here, guys, I flipped this to a higher time frame, the 10-tick range, just to illustrate that the same things happen on the higher time frame. And when the market is jumping around way too fast to possibly trade it on a 4-tick range, you can just change to a higher time frame. The same principles apply, the same logic, the same theory, everything applies the same way. The only thing that's different is your targets will be a lot bigger and your stops are going to be a lot bigger. You know, with a 4-tick range, we have an 8-tick stop on every single trade, and that's because 8 ticks is twice the length of the bar. So you have 2 bars stop, 2 bar lengths stop. With a 10-tick range, you would need a 20-tick stop. And if you go through this, I'm sure you'll find that there were some places where it would have stopped out, but more often than not, you know, you bullish cross, you tested the BBC, you're up close, and it went all the way up here. You know, and this was gold. 1387.5 up to 1393.3. Let's just say you got in here at 1387.5. Just for round numbers, let's say that's 1387.3 up to 1393.3. That is $600 a contract right there, that move, and that took about 15 minutes. On the way down right over here, your entry would be right here, 1388.5. That dropped all the way down to 1386. Let's just say 1386.5 for another $200 a contract. You would have been drawing trend lines in through here. Right here on the down close, there was really no divergence to speak of, so you would have had to wait for this up move right here. The down close below the trend line would have been right there at 1386. That dropped all the way down to 1380.6. So another $500 a contract. And that's just from 10:30 to now. You can go through and do this yourselves. You know, if you find that the market that you're trading with a 4-tick range is just moving way too fast for you to trade, and that's the market that you're really in tune with, you can just change the time frame and use the same exact principles. Okay, the same indicators, the same everything. Just change the time frame. Okay? Yeah. Seems like something bad just happened. There we go. All right. So let's go here to crude oil. Now, crude was jumping around quite a bit today too, but the crude inventories came out. There was a bunch of opportunity on crude. We didn't take any until the break, so we didn't really take any to speak of during the live trading room. I was sort of getting back into it and also just focused on the indexes. I saw when the market opened up, we had all these wicks at the end of all these candles. You know, they're not all wicks on the same side, they're wicks back and forth. And what that tells me is it's really choppy. We had crude inventories coming out today, so it was a good time to really not do anything with the crude until after. And I didn't do anything even after. You know, the crude inventories came out right in here. There wasn't a lot of movement, though there was a big difference. They were expecting a build of 1.2 million barrels, and they got a draw of 1.2 million barrels. So we should have actually seen crude prices go up from this time at 87.79. And where are they right now? They're still down. So by the end of the day, you should see them go up. Supply and demand. That's the way crude works. Let's see. You guys, anybody that's been in here for a long time knows the trade setups. I don't have my pictures open right now. Let me get those pictures up here. Let's see. I have 2 trade setups that I use in the live trading room, and I'm going to go over them with the when I show you the Russell more than anything else. Okay, because hang on, let me find them. Here it is. Here's one picture. Open with Windows Photo Viewer. There we go. There is one trade setup, and this is the other trade setup opening up right here. These are the trade setups. Same set of indicators. There's just one difference. On this one right here, you look for your crossovers. Step 1 is a cross. Step 2 is price pulls away. Step 3 is price actually tests the BBC. It touches it. With the cycle down here in the slingshot being divergent and having the right color. Okay? The alternative is the cycle is the wrong color or the price doesn't hit the BBC. Okay? That's when you draw the trend lines and you just wait for a confirmation by a close on the other side of the trend line in the direction of the trade. I know I went over that really quick, but I'll show you a couple of them. Right here on crude oil, this is where you would draw the trend line. You had a bearish cross. Price didn't actually hit the BBC. You had bearish divergence down here. The cycle is the right color, but you just had bearish divergence. You needed to wait for a close down below that trend line. All right, right in there. Let's see if we have one on the long side. Yeah, right here. Nope, that's not one. Right here on the long side. right in there. That got into some chop. That one would have stopped out, it looks like. No, the cycle was the wrong color on that one anyway. Let's see over here. Well, here's one over here that actually hit the BBC, but this is what the trend line would have looked like because we had the cycle the wrong color down here, so you would have needed to close down below the trend line, which happened over here, and at that point you didn't have any divergence left. I'm looking for one off the BBC. Here's one right here off the BBC. You had your bearish cross. That's step one. Okay. Over here. Step one, bearish cross. Bearish cross. Step two, price pulled away. Step three, it hits the BBC and gives a down close. That's step three over here. And step four is you have bearish divergence with a red cycle. So the entry is on the down close right here. Okay. That's crude oil. We didn't trade crude at all this morning, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it. I would rather spend some time with the Russell because that is where we did place a bunch of trades. All right. We missed a bunch of trades there too, apparently, but this is where we did the majority of our trading this morning. Our very first trade of the morning, we missed this move here and we missed this move here. These weekly trading zones that you see on here are from last week. Let me just take those off so they don't throw you off. All right, those are not the proper zones. Those are from last week. We had a shorting opportunity in here where price closed down right here. Now let me blow this up. Zeus, are you in here right now, Zeus? A lot of times I get the question, well, what if it closes right at the line? Well, that's kind of a rare occasion. Honestly, it is. What you need to do is switch things like this. And think about it this way, okay? Hang on a second. Think about the things, the bars, as though they were not candlesticks. Think about them as though they were open, high, low, close bars. Where is that close going to be? Is it going to be below the trend line or not? In this case right here, the close was below the trend line. Okay, I get that question a lot. That's what you have to do. Just think about it as though it's an OHLC bar instead of a candlestick. Okay, if it works out that way, then that's the way that it would close, and that's how you should react to it. All right. In this case here, that's what I saw. I sold short right here. I trailed my stop down, and I took profit down here. I got 14 ticks. I know a bunch of the other guys in the live trading room got a bunch of that. I got 14 ticks out of it. That was my first trade. If I were just trading to get to the 2-point equivalent on the ES, I would have been done right there. 10 minutes, all done. Then price changed directions in here, started to move up. There was an opportunity to go long in here. That would have stopped you out. There was a follow-up opportunity right up here. That would have worked out just fine. There was one over here that I actually did take that stopped me out. That put me down to +6. Let's see, there was a short in here that worked out. That went really fast. If you were quick enough, you could have gotten some profit on it or taken a break even on it. Then it pulled back and it gave another one right up here. Now, this one right here, it was right on, actually there were no news events, but it was right at the top of the hour. I had missed this one. I totally missed this one. Dwayne was right. He was right on top of that one, and I had totally missed that one. I did take this short over here. I got a few ticks out of that. Now, I missed this here. You see the trend line goes up, closed down below the trend line right there. Bearish divergence, and down it went. There was nothing in here. I was just drawing the trend lines, looking for an opportunity for a close down below the trend line, and we never got one. Okay. There was a short right over here. I had drawn the trend line in, looking for the close below the trend line. We got it there. I missed it. There was one right in here. Now, the actual close would have been right here. This was the actual short, 902.5. I took this one. I said, because of where we were in the day, we were waiting for the ES to get down and test a really important area, and it looked like it was really working to get down there, and it did. That was the 1542 area, 1542.43 area, I believe. Right? Let me just go back here to make sure. Yeah, it was the 1542.43 area. At the time, the ES was up here, I believe, right? 1049? Yeah, exactly. It was actually even a little farther over. It was up here. Okay, at the time. That's what we were looking at. We're looking for a big move down because of that. We're looking for a bigger move down here on the Russell. We did end up getting that move down. There are plenty of opportunities to get short on the way down here. I stopped looking for trades on the Russell when it got into this area right in here because the ES was at that zone, that weekly trading zone. All right, it changed directions. Now right here it was still inside the zone on this one. I know we had at least one partner, Andrew, who took this long trade right here. I didn't. I waited and waited and waited and waited, and I finally took a long trade over here once it got up out of the zone. Okay, once the ES started to get up out of the zone, then the Russell started getting up out of the zone, and you can see it got up a little bit, and it changed directions again. This is all during the break here, but that's what we did on the Russell. So we were pretty successful with the Russell this morning. We took, how many trades did we take over there? 4 trades. We had 3 wins and 1 loss over there this morning. So it was a good morning on the Russell. Gold. I know I have a gold chart here somewhere, but we didn't trade gold at all this morning. Gold is just crazy. Let's see. Soybeans. Now we took a trade on soybeans this morning. It was in here. Now earlier on, one of the partners had asked if this was a head and shoulder setting up. He asked it right in here, and I had drawn in the neckline and pretty much everything else. I said, yeah, it is a head and shoulders. This is one shoulder. This is the other shoulder. We have declining tops. If it's not going to complete the head and shoulder, this final shoulder over here by breaking the neckline, then we would look for a run up above this level right here. Okay. Let me just put a horizontal bar on that. Okay. It did complete the neckline break, and I said if it completes the neckline break, look for it to drop down here, and it went down there really quick. I had stopped watching it for the most part until it got down there and it broke that level. Then we had an opportunity on the short side. Now, when this was coming together, I had put a sell stop on right here at 1407 even, I believe. 1407 even. And I was in the trade as it was moving along in here. I was in the trade. And when the green line got down into the cycle, I just got out of the thing at break even. Now, one thing to look for here on the soybeans is now we have bullish divergence and it's got a long leg up right here. So if it pulls back and gives another opportunity on the long side, look for it to break this level right here. Okay? This 1416 and a half level. Okay? Look for it to break that level. For all you guys who are trading soybeans, look for that. Alright? That was our one trade on the soybeans this morning. We didn't trade anything else over there. As a matter of fact, we didn't trade anything else at all over here on these charts. There was a ton of trades this morning on crude, not on crude oil, but on the euro. We had some guys. I think Frank said he was up 42 ticks on the euro, something like that. They were just killing it on the euro this morning, and there was a ton of opportunity. When you see these divergences down here, and you're able to draw a trend line, you just look for the confirmation and the close at the other side of the trend line. Once you're on the right side of the BBC and you have the MA1 on the right side of the BBC and all that stuff, it was a great trading day for those of you guys who trade the euro this morning. I didn't really look at the NQ all that much, so I'm not going to go over it right now. The ES, there were a few opportunities on the ES, I believe earlier on. Was there one earlier on that I pointed out? I thought there was one that I pointed out that lost earlier on. I think right here. Yeah, this one didn't go anywhere. Right there. Alright, that long trade didn't go anywhere. It turned around, came down here, and there was a short opportunity right here. There was a short opportunity right here. There was no opportunity there because we didn't have the divergence in the right direction. There was a short opportunity right here, going down into the zone. Oops, going down into the zone right there. Once it got into the zone and it changed directions, let's see, was there a long opportunity anywhere in here? Not really. Not really. So that was it. There were a couple of opportunities there on the ES this morning, but that's it. I didn't trade the ES at all. I didn't trade the NQ at all. I didn't trade the euro at all. I didn't trade the yen at all, though we had some stuff on the yen too. I wasn't watching the yen, but we did have a partner this morning who had asked to take a look at the yen. We needed the up close above this trend line right here, and of course it went up. And then it changed directions, and you had bearish divergence, and you would have needed a down close over here, right there, for the short. Another one, first one right there, the second one right in there. Tested the BBC when it needed to close below the trend line, so that would have been, well, let's just eyeball this. It would have been right in here. Right in there. Then it changed directions. Just needed the up close with the bullish divergence. Right there. Okay, for that huge move up. Then you just needed to close above the trend line, which is right there. That's your trend line. There's your close above it. No divergence, nothing to speak of. And that's it. So there were some really nice moves on the yen this morning too. Okay, for those of you guys who like to trade the yen, the euro, the ES, the NQ, the Russell, crude oil, gold. I'm not even going to go over gold because gold was just nuts. Okay. Oh, I already did go over gold, didn't I? I did when I had it on the 10-tick range. I started with gold. All right. Well, then I'm not going to go over gold on a 4-tick range, is what I mean. All right. That's it, guys. That is where we're going to wrap it up. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. In the free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room. You get access to everything you see here. You'll get an email with a great new video that shows how to download and install all the indicators and the charting platform. You'll have access to everything that you see here. And in the live trading room, you'll see me put trades on and take trades off. I try to tell you all about the trades as they're setting up, when they're setting up, where they are, all that sort of stuff. You get all that stuff. And you get it for free. No credit card required. Just an email and a name. And after that's all done, then you'll have to make a decision if you want to become a partner. We have a partners meeting tomorrow night, every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We have partners meetings. And you must be a partner to get into that meeting. So, if you're ready to take the next step, then do so. Check in your inbox. If you were on the free trial on Monday, you have an email in your inbox. If you were there today and yesterday, and you missed Monday, or for some reason your email was messed up on Monday, then you may not have it in your inbox, or it may have gone to your spam. Either way, if you want to know what it takes to become a partner, and you don't know what it takes to become a partner, send us a quick email at support@cfrn.net. That's support@cfrn.net. Just put partner info in the header, and we'll get it all off to you. All right? With that, I'm going to stop the recording.